Is happening, YouTube? How y'all doing today? My name is Joe. Welcome back. If it's the first time you're hanging out with me, welcome. I've got sales to go over. I got another return that I got. Sales are going well, so starting to soar. I just put my video out today. It was actually from yesterday. I don't normally do that. I totally forgot I didn't post it yesterday. So the video that I'm doing right now, today's Wednesday. I'll post later today at some point later on today. But anyway. Sales did good yesterday. We did good through the weekend. Another great day of sales from yesterday to today. So a lot to share with you guys as far as that goes. I think we got like 9 or 10 sales. So that, I always want to have 1% of my items per day sell. If I've got 600 items up, I want at least 6 to sell. That's been happening now since I started the promoted listing. So if you're new to eBay, reselling, things like that, highly recommend doing promoted listings on your items, especially if they've been up for at least 30 to 60 days. I'd highly recommend start promoted listings on some of those items, or all of those items really. Just do a bulk submission on everything that's 60 days or older or 30 days or older. And then I also did a markdown sale. So all of my items that were 6 months or older, I did aggressive 35% off, which next time I'm going to do like 50% off because I want to try to get a lot of that stuff out of here, that older stuff. So that's what's going on. We got some sales to cover. Definitely try those promoted listings and discounts. That does help. I know some YouTubers that you watch don't like those, don't do those. I don't really know why. I've watched a couple YouTubers myself. They tell you why, but I don't understand. Like I understand, I guess, but I don't like. A lot of them don't do it because they get a lot of viewer sales from YouTube because they have such a YouTube following. So your average Joe, which that's who I am. I'm just your average Joe. I don't get, I got one viewer sale, Jose. I don't know if he's gonna watch this one or not, but I have one viewer sale so far. So at the end of the day, that's not what I rely on as my viewer sale. So, promoted listing gets more eyeballs on your stuff. Markdown sales, people like a sale. People like to buy stuff when they're on sale. So highly recommend doing both of those. So I wouldn't necessarily listen to other YouTubers. I would be strategic in how you do your stuff. You don't want to just put all your stuff on promo, especially your new stuff, and well, I mean, you do want to put your stuff on promos. If it's older, put it all up there. But the newer stuff, I would say maybe hold off on, 30 to 60 days. Anything 30 to 60 days, maybe hold off on putting that stuff up on any sort of promotion or discount, especially if you got it, if it's good items and good stuff. But like I said, after about 60 days or so, maybe 90 days if you want to stretch it up to 90, because I know people all talk about the 90-day sell-through rate, 90-day, because eBay shows your 90-day sales and da. So maybe if you want to wait 90 days, that's fine too. But either way you go, whatever works for you. But for me, it's 60 days, give or take, and I throw it on promotions, and anything older than 6 months, I put a sale on those jokers and aggressively try to get them up out of here. So where are we at? Let's see where we're at. I just had another sale come through like literally right before I jumped on with you guys. I think where are we at right now? Let's get over here to sales. All right, and let's go over here to orders. Where we sitting on right now? Where we at? I know we're doing another great day. Look, if this is the first time you're hanging out with me, my goal for me, what works for me and my business, my family, my lifestyle is $200 a day. So that's what my goal is. 100 bare minimum, but $200 a day is my goal. Anything over that's amazing. So through the weekend we did like 8 something. Yesterday I think we did 6 something. Right now we're up to 872.83. So we are crushing it now. And I will say part of it is I had listed a bunch of stuff over the last 3 weeks. So I would say part of it is I was aggressively listing and I'm seeing some of those benefits. That wheel, you start that wheel cranking, that wheel turning, and this is kind of what happens. That wheel starts to turn and crank when you put in a bunch of work. The other caveat to that is the fact that I just started promoted listings and discounts on my stuff. I had like a 4 or 5 day window where I had no discounts, promotions, anything on my whole store. And I was already slow. Even when those were going, it was still slow. So you go back on some of my videos, man, we had like $100 days, no days, because I wasn't even on YouTube, because if I didn't have sales, I wasn't sharing anything and over here doing anything. So there was quite a few days of that. There's a lot of that happening. My sales to my 90-day sales to my current number of items in store. Typically, it's a 1-to-1. Like my sell-through rate's like close to 100% typically. So within 90 days, 100% of my stuff is selling through. I was way under, like 80-70%. It was way off. Like I had like 448. I remember the number that sticks out to me is I had 448 items sold and 703 items up at one point. And I was like, man, that is, granted, I've been posting a lot of stuff, so I understand that number is gonna change. However, it's now starting to, I haven't listed in the last like 4 days now, so that's shame on me. I should have been listing, but today is I'm gonna get back to listing today, all that yard sale stuff that I picked up this weekend. My plan is to have it all up by tomorrow, so that way Friday I can start fresh, Saturday for yard sales, pickups again and all that, so I'm not piling up. So I will say, if you're new to this, piling up is the worst, man. It's the worst. So try to get your stuff up when you get it, process it within that, within a few days of you getting it, especially like if you're on a routine. Like I'm on pretty much a routine. Every Friday, Saturday, I'm out hunting and sourcing again. I source every day on Marketplace. So there may be other things that pop up here and there throughout the week, but for the most part, and I do estate sales from time to time. I look at them to see if there's anything interesting, intriguing. Most of the time there isn't, because here's the thing with estate sales, if you're new to this and you don't know. So estate sales, the reason I don't like them, and I don't go to them very often, is because if you see something in pictures that you like or want, and it's a higher demand item, which normally if you're reselling stuff, you're looking at stuff that's usually in higher demand, you got to get there early. If that's what you're looking for, if you don't, and here's the thing, if you just want to go to an estate sale to just kind of lollygag a little bit and see what they got and just kind of hang out, spend some time and maybe pick up something here and there, you don't have any intentions or goals, then it's a decent avenue to source. The only problem is you got to catch them slipping. You got to catch, because a lot of times they'll mark things full-on retail, eBay a lot of times, are pretty close to it. So you got to find those little gems that they don't, didn't take the time to look up or didn't know anything about, and they mispriced and things like that. So that's the thing about estate sales. You don't normally get the good deals where the margins are good enough to resell. I mean, not to say you won't come across that stuff. And again, there was a time where I was going hard on estate sales, and not to say I won't go back to going hard on estate sales and try estate sales and go back to that again. I prefer what I prefer, and at this point, there's not a whole lot that can beat yard sales, man. Yard sales is really where it's at. So anyway, yeah, margins are just too not big enough margins in the whole estate sale game. Now, if you go the last day or second to last day when everything's marked half off, and you get the last of, with the stuff that's, left over, that's basically already been kind of grabbed and stuff, you might find some deals there too, because a lot of times, people leave things behind and don't know about certain things or categories or whatever, and things are there. Again, it goes back to, there are still things going to be at a estate sale where you can make money on, 100%. It's just not my preferred avenue. So there's people that just strictly do estate sales. That's all they do. And they get there early every estate sale, because that's what they do. They do estate sales. And so they're the early birds. They're there, doors open at 9 or 8 or whatever, and they're there at 6 kind of thing. They're there an hour or two early easily, because they're the first 5 people in line typically, because they want certain items that they're picking and looking for, and they can only get them a lot of times through estate sales, because they want those said items at a certain condition or whatever the case is. So yeah, so again, I do look at estate sales almost every week on estatesale.net, I think is what it is. You just Google estate sales and it'll pop up, but I think it's estatesale.net. But I look at them every week, but I normally, 9 times out of 10, I don't see anything that I'm like, ooh, I want to go to this one. Ooh, I want to go to that one. Now, the ones that do have those things that intrigue me, I will be that early guy. I will be the early bird. I've sat out at them before to get the stuff early. The other thing is, you don't know when early is early enough. That's the other problem. So sometimes you get to them early, and there's still 4 people in front of you, and you still don't get the item that you wanted. So it's like, estate sales to me, I'd rather just travel around on a Friday and Saturday, hit up some yard sales, because there's always things left behind at yard sales no matter what time I go. Now, granted, earlier is better, especially if you're hunting certain things like video games. but every yard sale I go to, I can normally pick something up that's a good deal that I can make money on and flip, because I'm pretty resourceful. I have pretty good intuition on things when I don't know, so it's like I either something catches my eye and I'm like, ooh, I've never seen that. Let me, it's $1, sure. And I'll take a shot and it's $50 or $30. Or if it's things I've already sold before that I just know this item, that item, this item, that item, and I can pick those things up at yard sales. And because I have so many different categories, this goes back to, it's good to know a lot about, or at least a little about a lot of categories, is you're able to spread out, kind of your how am I trying to put it? You have a better idea of what things, you can go somewhere and pick more than just what your niche is, because you know a little about a lot of different things, if that makes sense. So it happens to me all the time. I'll go to a yard sale and I'll ask for video games, because you always ask for the things you're looking for, because you never know what they're hiding, or what they didn't bring out, or what they meant to bring out, or what they weren't going to bring out but they're okay with selling. So always ask for the things you're looking for. For me, it's video games, electronics, digital cameras, any military stuff, any sports stuff, sports cards, things like that. So anyway, it's my same spiel almost every time when I go to them. But a lot of times what happens is, they'll say, no video games, right? No, I don't have any of this kind of stuff. No, just this is the stuff we got right now. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'll see this item and I pick it up, and I'll see that item and I'll pick it up, and I'm like, man, or hold on, let me backtrack. I'm losing my thought process here. What'll happen is they'll say, no, we already had somebody get all the games, or, oh, we've already had 6 people ask, or so that tells me they've already had a bunch of video game resellers that were here before me. They either got it all or already asked, or, they don't have any left. So I have seen it happen real time, where a lot of times those guys just roll out after that. If they don't have what they're looking for, they just bounce. They may do a quick swoop and then just leave, because they don't know a ton about other categories. And the reason I know that is, if I had the times I don't see it real time, I can tell based on what's still left around that they're not real. I'm not gonna say they're not real resellers, but they don't know much else about reselling other than their specific category, which is fine if you can source the heck out of that category. But video games is very hard to source, and it's high demand. It's anyway. So the thing with video games is, that's why it's good to know other stuff. So I'm just throwing that out there. Nuggets to throw at you if you're new with this. Learn about other things. There's an awesome thing called your phone. Make sure you look things up, especially early on. As you get better at stuff, in my opinion, you don't need the phone. I don't use phone much. If I need my phone, I'll jump back in my car. I'll make a mental note, jump back in my car, look it up real quick, and then jump back out if need be. But I rarely do that either. But anyway, use your phone, for your newer folks, that are into this, that are starting this, look those items up, and then look through the sell-through rates. If there's 100 of these items up and there's only 4 that sold, or even 20 that sold, it's like a 20% sell-through rate, maybe. But those are things you got to consider. Like, that's a slower moving item. There's 100 items up and 70 sold. That item's pretty hot. So, anyway, those are things to consider when you're looking at looking things up on eBay and sourcing and figuring out if you're going to pick something up or not. If you have the room to hold on to things for a while, they don't have to always have the best sell-through rates. If things sell within 90 days, 120 days, whatever the case is, if you got room to house stuff, kind of like, I got all these racks, I'm okay with holding stuff for a while. So, anyway, I'm rambling as I always do. If you're new here, I shoot from the top of my head and it's raw, unedited. If I say a cuss word or whatever, it's here, it's staying. I'm posting it regardless. So, yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's get to sales, because I got a bunch, and I gotta get out of here shortly. So again, 9 sales. This is amazing. 9 sales for $872.83. So an amazing day from yesterday to today. Today's not over yet either. It is for me and packing and shipping. So anything that comes after this, you'll see tomorrow, and we'll get to tomorrow. I did mention I was going to show you guys. Actually, I did mention I was going to show you guys my pile of my pickups from the weekend. Let me bring you over here real quick, and we'll do that. How about that? It's not a lot, so follow me. Come with me. Let's see. Not a ton of stuff. It was a very small pile of stuff. I think I spent 150 bucks. So not a ton. All right. So I picked up, like I said, I think I spent $150 this past weekend. So I picked up these LeBron Jameses for like 16 bucks. Two Leathermans. Actually, one's a Winchester, which is only like 10 or $15. The other one's a Leatherman, which is like 30 or $40. I think I picked those up for like $5 a piece. So the Winchester probably wasn't worth it. The Leathermans are always worth it. Leathermans sell quick, fast. If you price them right, they're out the door within like a week. Netgear Nighthawk router, brand new. Well, not brand new. It's used, but it looks in pretty darn nice condition. So I'm gonna put it up as like new condition. Picked up a camera. Like I said, I didn't do a whole lot this weekend. Didn't pick up a whole bunch. I think I picked this camera up for $5. Nikon, I haven't looked it up yet, but I know the lenses should go for decent. In fact, I just sold this lens right here, the exact same lens. It was on here a few days ago. $100 I sold the lens for. Now, granted, it had both caps and it had its own little pouch, but I should still be able to get like 70 to 80 out of that lens. But anyway, the lens, the camera, and then I also got another lens, another Nikon lens, the 2 to 55 millimeter DX. So again, no cap. Oh, this one's got a back cap, but it doesn't have a front cap. No big deal. I didn't actually even look through this thing. So it may have a memory card. It might not. It doesn't really matter for $5. I was like, you can't beat it. A little Nikon case. So whether it works or not doesn't matter either, because I know the lenses go for, well, the one will go for about 80. The other one should go for about 50. So $5. There you go. So not terrible, not terrible. And then the camera, I haven't looked the camera up. The camera, if it works, could be, it's not a, it is a digital. A lot of times those are like 150 bucks for the camera too. So assuming it works, I'll put the one lens with it. The cheaper lens will go with it. I'll get a memory card from upstairs because I got all those memory cards like I've mentioned before. I buy memory cards to lump together with things, and I buy those in bulk. And then it's already got the case. So there you go, there's a little bundle, a case, an extra lens, or a lens, but the case, the camera, the lens, and a memory card. So could be 150 bucks. I have to look it up. I don't know them off the top of my head, but I know digital cameras, I know lenses decently. Again, it goes back to knowing a little about a lot of things. So I know enough to do some damage there. So I knew $5 was sold. Let's go. And then I got 4 of these Alexas. They were like $3 a piece. I think I got 4 of them for like 12, all 4 for $12, I think it was. All with the chargers, or their power cords with them as well. I think they resell for like 15 to 20 bucks a piece. The only reason I got them, I wouldn't have got it if it was just like one, but because there was 4 of them, I was like, why not? You know, I mean, it's 12 bucks. One of them pays for the lot, and then the other 3 are, if they sell for 15 bucks a piece, it's $45 profit, you know? So I think they go for 15 or 20 bucks resell. But anyway, then I got, an Army. Have I mentioned before I hate clothes? I hate clothes, guys. I hate clothes, but I know enough, and I know they sell, and I know enough to be dangerous. But anyway, military trench coat with the liner, which I've never had one with the liner before, so I'm curious to look this one up. A lot of times cold weather military items typically go very well and sell for high dollar. I've never, and I'm in a military town, I come across military stuff pretty frequently. I've never seen one with the fleece inside. So that's pretty cool. I'd imagine this is 60 bucks. I got it for 10. So I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. I'm doing YouTube if you need me. Okay?
When are we leaving?
We're gonna leave in like 20 minutes or so. I know. My daughter's home. She wasn't feeling good, so she came home. But we're gonna go get some Jersey Mikes together. If y'all know, I do Jersey Mikes almost every day. And then same thing with these trousers, suspenders. They're military fleece. I've never seen military trousers before. These are cold weather overalls, bib, cold weather. So I'd imagine, I think I got these for another 10. What's the tag say? 15. I think I got them for 10. I'd imagine these sell for 40, 50 bucks. They look brand spanking new with no issues. The tag looks new. Everything looks good. So again, I haven't looked them up to confirm, but it's an intuition. Just, I know military stuff. I've sold enough in the past. So pretty sure I already know cold weather stuff goes well. So I'll be surprised if these don't go for at least 40 to 50 a piece. I'll be surprised. The next thing was a Carhartt vest. I think this was a women's Carhartt vest I got for like $1. Maybe $3. Maybe $3. Maybe got it for $3. But anyway, a Carhartt vest. Carhartt, don't sleep on Carhartt. If you don't know, Carhartt stuff goes, and it goes well. It goes quick, typically. The other thing I got was a Vikings hoodie with the hood, a little Nike, a little NFL, Vikings, Reebok, a little older school hoodie. So I think it was just $1. I'd imagine 20 bucks maybe. So, and then three jerseys. Again, I spent $150 total. One was Syracuse Nike. I paid up a little for these. I think I paid 20 on this one. And then Jordan Bulls on the stripe, Jordan. Also a Nike. Actually, this one, yeah, they're both Nike. So, and I'm pretty sure they're both legit. I'm pretty good at telling the knockoffs. So these both looked legit. So I'm pretty confident they're good to go and legit Nike. I mean, if they're going to fool me, or if they're not going to fool me, then I'm pretty confident they're legit and real. But that's the thing you got to worry about jerseys, because there's a lot of China jerseys out there, fake jerseys. I call them China jerseys. And a lot of times you can tell the NFL jerseys, you can tell by the NFL logo typically, or just the way the stitching is. The stitching just looks jacked up. Or, you know, Nike and Reebok, or, you know, the legit are going to have nice, good stitching. And then the last jersey, I don't know anything about this, but it was $1. I was like, it's a Nike soccer jersey. I've sold Nike soccer jerseys for pretty, you know, 30, 40, 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks. Again, for $1, sold all day. Don't know who it is, don't know the team, but I know that Nike stuff typically, Nike soccer jerseys typically sell pretty well. So let me go show the rest of my sales. My mail lady's here too, so I'm gonna have to let her know to circle back. But let's go back over here. Oh boy. Yeah, Mac, we'll leave in about 20 minutes or so. I'm almost done. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Will you let me know when the mail lady's out front? Mac? She didn't answer. Mac? All right. Anyway, let's get to sales because we're already 22 minutes in. First thing it sold, God of War. God of War. I've got 3 copies of this. I think one does not have, nope. And the other 2 do, nope. All right, so God of War, complete with the manual, sold for $14, free shipping. Next thing that sold, Castlevania. Finally, well, I guess not finally. I put it up a few weeks back, maybe. But Castlevania on PS1 sold for $108 actually, $107.99 plus shipping. PlayStation 4 Pro, PS4 Pro. All right, PS4 Pro right here. Starting to get some gaps in my gaming systems. Got to put some more up. All right, so PS4 Pro, it's a whole bundle. The PS4 Pro usually sells pretty well. But anyway, there you go. PS4 Pro. This one sold for, it's a whole bundle. I've got, you know, some games with it as well. Well, I think two loose and one loose and 2 regular game, Mass Effect and basketball. Blue controller. Also has the DVD remote. There's no batteries in there, is there? No. It also has the DVD remote as well. So HDMI cable for the controllers. I believe this is a 1 terabyte as well. 1 terabyte. This sold for $198 plus shipping. $198 plus shipping. So there's that. Racing Aces. I think that's my last one. Okay. Racing Aces sold for $13 or $14 plus shipping for Sega CD. Unfortunately, I got a whole thing of Sega CD games, but all of the manuals, I'm not even take it out, but all the manuals were water damaged and all stuck together. So although it looks fine like this, that manual is stiff as a board and every page is stuck together. So that's the unfortunate thing. I know there's ways to fix it by like getting it wet again and opening it up and pressing it down or ironing them out or whatever. I know there's a way to fix it, but that's not for me. I'm not. So next thing that sold. Yep, she's all right. Let me go let the mail lady know if I can get her to circle back. Hold on, guys. Mind coming back? I'm good. I got a bunch today. So I got all those and a bunch of them getting ready to pack here. So. Okay. I know you love your hoverboard.
That's why the time I wanted a hoverboard, I let it.
Oh, really?
Since no one's gonna let me ride hers, I can ride my own.
Gotcha.
And when I was little, I wasn't able to have them because I would get hurt.
Right.
And now, since I'm already, since I got it at the age of 6, now that I'm 7, I can practically, I know how to work it because I've had it for a year.
You have. Okay. All right, next thing that sold was, well, let me well, I might as well show these off real quick. Somebody came in my store and saw that I had a bunch of NES controllers. I had a bundle of 4 and a bundle of 2. They bought them all. They both bought both bundles. So all 6 NES controllers out the door just like that. So there's that. This thing. So for you new folks, I'm gonna drop a nugget, man. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If you don't know about the Guitar Hero dongles, the little Guitar Hero dongles, which a lot of times you'll find them in the darndest places, man. Like anytime I go to the flea market or a thrift store, any yard sale where they've got just a bin of cords, I always just briefly look through the cords because you never know. It's happened to me a handful of times, so that's why I keep doing it. You know, and I'll probably go on a dry spell and not find them forever now. But recently, in the past year, I've found them several times. But the dongles for Rock Band or Guitar Hero are always like $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, just depending on which one and what's console and things like that. This one sold for $50 plus shipping, so there's that. 50 plus shipping. So make sure you keep an eye out for those. Just takes a minute to go through a bin, man, and if you know what you're looking for, those little USB dongles. Anyway, PSP charger sold for $15 free shipping. And then the last thing that sold was Xbox One. Let's see, Xbox One. Xbox with white controller. That's 360. Oh, I think it's over here. Xbox One. Is it here? Yeah, it's over here. Yep, right here. All right, so this sold. This was an Xbox One. Xbox One S, I think. It's not even an Xbox One. Oh, Xbox One X. I'm not gonna pull it out, but it's a whole bundle. So you got like, I don't know, 6-7 games. Bundle your games with your systems, guys. Get premium out of your stuff. I just doing it from experience, throwing it out there from experience, man. If you put just the console up, you're not gonna get as much as you would if you bundle the console with all the cords. With maybe I wouldn't do an extra controller. Maybe sometimes, like in this case, this bundle had an extra controller, so I had a wired controller, and then the wireless controller, and then the games, the system, the HDMI cable, the charger for the controllers. The whole 9. This was 1 terabyte. This sold for $200 plus shipping. So there is that. So just like that, 9 sales, $800 and what was it, $872.83. Now it's going to be about maybe, I don't know, 80 bucks to ship everything, 60 bucks to ship everything. Not a ton, but I'll take an $800 day all day. So that's awesome. So high sale through, high average sale price as well. I mean, the controllers. Oh, I don't think I told you what the controller sold for. The controllers, all 6 of those Nintendo controllers, one bundle, the 4 went for 42 plus shipping. The bundle for the 2 went for 20 plus shipping. So what is that? $62 for the 6 controllers. So, and that's why I put them up bundle, typically with 2 or 4, just because they sell for about 10, 12, 15 bucks a piece. So bundling them together helps get that average sale price up. One sale gets you more than putting them up one by one, and then you can get rid of more in one shot than doing onesie twosies all the time. You want to back up? They can see your face. Yeah. All right. So but that's it, guys. That's all I got. I'm gonna get this stuff packed, get it out for the mail lady, and me and this little one are gonna go get some Jersey Mikes and get you a bathing suit, right?
For water day.
For water day, yeah, for water day. She has to have a one-piece bathing suit for water day. So that's it, guys. Make sure you subscribe, everybody.
Make sure you subscribe.
Yes. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Appreciate y'all. Hopefully your sales are going well. Thank y'all for hanging out, watching. We'll see y'all tomorrow because, hey, unless we got no sales, I'll be back tomorrow. So enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.